All right, I'm going to show you our banded face pulls. What you're going to need for this exercise is a light resistance band. You don't want it to be too heavy because the point of the exercise is to build up the stamina of our shoulder stabilizers and to help with your posture. You want the anchoring point of the band to be no higher than shoulder height, okay? And ideally, maybe even a little bit lower, but not too low. But just make sure that it is not acceptable for the band to be anchored higher than your shoulder, because we need to have a little bit of a resistance because we are going to be pulling the band overhead. The further away you stand for the band, the more resistance you have. So you can kind of also use that to gauge if the resistance is too hard and you find that you are starting to hike your shoulders up for this exercise, step a little bit closer, because form is always going to be important, especially for this exercise. As with all exercises, you want to make sure you engage your core to help keep your torso over your body. What you don't want during this exercise is your back to start to arch, which is going to cause your chest to rear upwards. And now my posture is going to be distorted, and then you may even experience a little bit of mid-back pain because now you're overarching and adding resistance. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the band, very light hold. I don't want you to grip this too hard. A light hold within the fingertips. And what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together to bring the elbows back. We're going to keep the elbows high. And then as you're bringing the elbows back, you're going to actually rotate your hands up, and you're going to bring the band towards your eyebrow or eye. As I'm doing that, what's happening is that the band that's between my hand, I'm also pulling that apart. So we have a couple of things going on with this exercise. There's going to be scapular retraction, where I bring the elbows back and the shoulder blades squeeze. There's a little bit of shoulder rotation as I bring the hands and wrist up so that the band reaches my eyebrow. And then I'm also pulling the band apart as it's getting closer to me. Okay, so that's going to be our banded face pulls.